everyone, my name is Sarah, I'm one half of the YA room, and I have had a very busy week. This week I managed to go to not one, not two, but 4 incredible bookish events, and it was just like so much fun, and I have so many feels, and I just want to talk about them today. It's always really busy on the literary scene in Melbourne, especially for young adult, but this month has been more hectic than usual. Alex and I had our book meet, and then we went to a launch, and then we went to an author talk, then we went to another talk, which is kind of a launch, but also not quite, and it was just like, so good. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about all of these events, and there's also a vlog involved, which is very cool and very exciting. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. The first event we had on this week was the book meet for Grace and Fury, which was our August book of the month. If you don't know, we talk about our book of the month on the first Wednesday of every month at Embiggen Books in Melbourne from 6:30 p.m. So if you're ever free, make sure you do come along. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to do anything to like sign up, just show up. And yeah, it's always a laugh. I feel like with our Grace and Fury book meet especially, we were all very, very tired, and that just made everything like 10 times funnier. We had so many laughs, we discussed this book in like such detail, and it was just like such a fun evening. The general consensus for Grace and Fury was that most people really enjoyed it as like an entertaining read. We did talk a little bit about the themes in this book, such as like feminism and the patriarchy and everything, but what most people loved most about it was just how like light and fun it was. Don't get me wrong, this book does deal with some dark themes, but for most of us, we just found it a really enjoyable read. We raced through it, me especially. I read this book in like 2 sittings, and I just desperately wanted to know what would happen. So it was really, really fun to get to talk to everyone about this book. And yeah, to like get excited for our next book of the month, which is Mirage, and you should definitely come to our book meet. I'll leave all the info down below. And next, we co-hosted the launch of And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness with The Little Book Room. I love Patrick Ness so much. Oh my god, he's just such an incredible writer. I love falling into his worlds and his like lyrical writing style. Oh my god, just like, take over my life, Patrick, honestly. I had really high hopes for And the Ocean Was Our Sky, and it did not disappoint. In case you don't know, this is a book that is like Moby Dick from the perspective of the whale, and it is incredible. It has gorgeous illustrations by the lovely Ravina, who was present on the night we got to meet her. Oh my god, what a sweetheart. And just like, look at that. Look how stunning her art is. Honestly, why can't I be an artist? I'm so in awe of Ravina and like this beautiful style. So many feels. This book is absolutely incredible. The end is like a massive twist, and you'll be like, what? And ultimately it was just like a really fun read. I read this when I was sitting at a cafe with my chai latte. Could not put it down. It is such an easy book to just race through, and I had such an amazing time reading it. Alex and I vlogged this launch, so you can enjoy it too. So enjoy. Everyone, my name is Sarah, I'm one half of the YA room, and today I am here at the launch of And the Ocean Was Our Sky, surrounded by this beautiful artwork by Ravina. It is stunning. I cannot wait to meet her and to officially launch the book and celebrate it. It'll be really fun.
So, when the art director first sent me the manuscript, without any like illustrations or anything, or any like sketches, he didn't actually tell me anything about it. So as you all know now, it's kind of like Moby Dick, but from the perspective of the whale, but I didn't know that at all. He just said, here's like this kind of weird fantasy-ish novel, have a read. So I read it and like I got maybe like a few chapters in before I realized that these characters I was reading were actually whales. And then it took another like couple of chapters before I went, oh, so it's like Moby Dick, but like with whales. And like it just got weirder from there.
Hi guys, we're at the launch of this book And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness with gorgeous illustrations by Ravina, and it's amazing. So I read it yesterday. It's a flash to get through. Pretty much it's Moby Dick told from the perspective of a whale with some gorgeous illustrations. That's one of them. Just really flows and it's really gorgeous and really quick to get through. That's the hottie there. That's Moby. Little Moby Dick. Yes, but no, seriously, if you like whales, this book's for you. If you like Patrick Ness, what are you doing? Get your hands on this one. But I'm gonna go get my book signed, so see ya.
So we just held lunch and the ocean was our sky. It was such an amazing event. We got to see Ravina and Sean and got to hear all about them, and it was just really cool.
So for those of you who don't know, we love Patrick Ness, so of course we couldn't say no when the little book room reached out to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Michael, for recommending us. We really appreciate it. And we were able to help on that along with Sean.
Very cool.
Props to Ravina for getting such a cool gig. You deserved every bit of it, and the illustrations are just remarkable and really flow. And if you guys haven't yet picked up And the Ocean Was Our Sky, like, what are you waiting for?
Go do it. It's so good. The next bookish event we went to was seeing Veronica Roth. Yes! When I found out Veronica Roth was coming to Melbourne, oh my god, I could not be more excited. Veronica Roth is one of the authors who got me into YA, and I will be forever grateful for that. Divergent was one of the first books I ever read, along with The Hunger Games and Hush Hush, and it just like has such a special place in my heart. I absolutely loved this trilogy. I'm so mad the movies didn't do it justice, but honestly, I have so much love for Tris and For and just everyone in that series. Meeting Veronica Roth, who has been one of my literary idols ever since I was 14, was such a surreal experience, and honestly, thank you, Veronica, for coming to Melbourne. I know that myself and so many other readers were so thrilled to meet you, and yeah, it was just like such an incredible event. Veronica talked all about her anxiety and criticism and when she first got into writing, and it was really insightful, and I learned so much about her that like I had no clue about. She mostly talked about her other series, which is Carve the Mark and The Fates Divide, which I started reading Carve the Mark. It wasn't really for me. I'm not much of like a high fantasy person, so wasn't a massive fan, but of course I will always stick by Divergent. I love it to pieces. What an iconic trilogy. I think we can all agree that it will be one of the classic YA novels, and yeah, just like so much love. Story time real quick. When Allegiant came out, I was in year 9 and I had been dying to get my hands on a copy ever since it was announced. But then I found out that I was gonna be on a school trip in China when this book was released. Figures. I knew that I couldn't go without reading this novel until I came back to Melbourne like a month later, because I knew everyone would have spoiled it by then and I would not get to experience it. When I was in China, we weren't allowed to have like devices that could connect to Wi-Fi. Like I had my iPod, but they didn't give us a Wi-Fi passcode or anything. Like it was just for music. So I had no way of even getting just like an ebook copy onto my iPod. It was a nightmare. So I went onto one of the desktop computers that we had at our campus and I downloaded an ebook version onto there. Then I printed it out onto A4 paper, and it was about 300 pages long and like that thick. And then from there, I carried that massive stack of paper around in my backpack, and I'd like pull it out on public transport and when we were ordering food. Oh my god, what a time. I was actually on a bus going back from the Great Wall of China when I got up to the iconic scene in Allegiant. If you've read Allegiant, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I got up to that scene on the bus, got up to that line where I found out what happened. I just threw that page out the window. So that's a thing that happened. So then, of course, I went back to the place I was staying. I finished the book when I was in our rooms. We weren't allowed to like read late at night. So I had the pages out on my bed, like laid out flat like a book, but a massive one. And I had my iPod and I had it on a white screen so I could have a torch, because back then iPods didn't have torches. So I was like hovering it over the words, reading it until like 2 a.m. Then I finished it and my life was never the same again. And then I left that stack of A4 paper under the bed that I slept in, like under the mattress. So someone will find it one day and they'll be like, what the heck is this? But yeah, that is my little Allegiance story. And finally, we also attended the event / launch / awesome discussion of Meet Me at the Intersection. In case you don't know, Meet Me at the Intersection is a new Lovers YA anthology all about diversity and intersectionality, and it is so good. We were joined by Rebecca, Embiggen, Ellen, and Jess, and they had like a panel discussion all about their own writing and their own experience, and it was so insightful. They were all such incredibly powerful speakers, and oh my god, like some of their words were really heart-stopping, like especially Embiggen's, everything she said about allies and trying to be a savior. It just like really resonated with everyone in the room, and oh my god, I just like have no words to describe how incredible that panel discussion was, and just how like insightful and poignant and like powerful and moving all of the stuff they said were. You know me, I'm a massive rambler and I can't even like string English words together to form a sentence most of the time, so I was super impressed by the way they spoke so elegantly. So good. If you haven't picked up a copy of Meet Me at the Intersection yet, please do so. There are so many incredible contributing authors. I loved all the stories. It talks so much about like what it means to be marginalized and intersectional, and it's so good, honestly. Like, please just trust me. This one will not disappoint. And look at that gorgeous cover. It deserves to be on your shelf. So yeah, these are all the book events that I went to last week. I had such a fun bookish week with Alex. I loved all the events that we were lucky enough to go to. I loved talking about our book of the month and co-hosting a book launch and seeing Veronica Roth and listening to a panel, and oh my god, it was just like so incredible. We're honestly so lucky to live in Melbourne, where we have all these opportunities to go to amazing events, and if you live in Melbourne, make sure you come along to these. Like, we'd love to see you at our book meet or any other book launches. We're always posting about them on social media, so yeah, give it a go. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. What was the last bookish event you went to? Have you read any novels by Patrick Ness? And what do you think of Veronica Roth? I would love to hear your thoughts. See you next time. Bye everyone!